Have you ever really thought about what the word unexplored actually means?
Look at space. Cold, vast, a silent vacuum that stretches for light years. But here's the shock. More people have been to Earth's orbit than have visited the Mariana Trench. Space has borders. The ocean literally hides mysteries right beneath your feet. You are about to enter a world where the pressure is enough to crush a tank, where the darkness is absolute, and the creatures look like they were drawn by a nightmare.
In space, the greatest danger is the absence of life. In the deep sea, it's the terrifying presence of something that has thrived against all laws of logic. In this video, we're diving into the truth. The deep sea isn't just scarier than space. It's the last hell on Earth. To understand the true terror, we have to start with the conditions. What really happens to the human body at 10,000 meters deep? The first enemy is pressure. With every 10 meters of descent, you feel the weight of an extra atmosphere. In the Mariana Trench, the pressure is 1,000 atmospheres. That's the equivalent of being crushed by 50 jumbo jets. Your physiology fails. The nitrogen in your blood becomes toxic. Your lungs collapse. And even if you are in a submersible, the slightest structural flaw. The sunlight disappears within a few meters. From 1,000 meters, we enter the abyssal zone. Total darkness, zero light, zero heat. The temperature drops to near freezing. For the human mind, it's the terror of total sensory deprivation. There is no sky, no stars, no sound. And the water? It's 800 times denser than air, which means if something moves down there, you won't see it coming. Space is a desert of life, but the deep sea is not. The true terror begins when you realize that in these extreme conditions, life doesn't just exist. It thrives in ways that defy science and sanity. Prepare to meet the true aliens of our planet. In space, you'd expect something like a Hollywood alien. In the deep sea, nature has outdone the movies. These creatures live in a realm of crushing pressure, absolute darkness, and eternal hunger. Meet the anglerfish. It lives in the absolute deepest darkness. And instead of hunting, it uses bioluminescence, an eerie light, to attract terrified prey. The female, with her glass-sharp teeth, is the predator. And the male? He permanently fuses to her body, becoming a sexual parasite. Think about that. An alien that turns itself into a living appendage. The vampire squid doesn't suck blood, but its name comes from its appearance. It's entirely covered in fleshy spines. When threatened, it flips its cloak inside out, turning into a black, spiky pumpkin. It's a master of illusion and survival, using oxygen so efficiently that it can live where most squid would die in minutes. The Dumbo octopus. It may look cute, but its ear-like fins propel it through an inhospitable abyss. It is the deepest living octopus, and they don't chew their food, they swallow it whole. These creatures show us that life isn't just possible down there. It's inevitable, but if the creatures aren't enough to give you chills, the ocean hides forces that defy geology itself. Prepare to dive into the realm of the silent killers, the unknown you can't see. Space is mapped by telescopes. The deep sea? Less than 20% has been mapped, with the same precision we use to map the surface of Mars. For years, hydrophones have captured sounds that made no sense. The most famous? The bloop in 1997. It was louder than any known animal. A sound so powerful, it was detectable up to 5,000 kilometers away. Science suggests it might be ice cracking. But the truth is, in the silence of the deep, nature produces sounds on a scale we can barely imagine. What really made that noise?
There are rivers of salt water flowing on the seabed.
Cold, dense currents that act like invisible rivers, capable of dragging wreckage. But there is something worse: turbidity currents. Massive amounts of sediment that move at incredible speeds after earthquakes, cutting communication cables and destroying everything in their path. A silent tsunami on the seafloor. And of course, the most human threat. The ocean is a vast, unexplored graveyard. From lost nuclear submarines to thousands of historic shipwrecks, the Titanic is just a scratch on the surface. And the greatest terror is, what has humanity hidden in the deep sea? The terror of the ocean isn't just what's in it, it's what we are doing to it. The greatest threat of all, however, is neither biological nor geological, but rather the human factor, and the race for the last unexplored territory on Earth. While space is regulated by international treaties, the deep sea floor is becoming the next gold rush. Corporations are eyeing essential minerals for batteries and technology, which has led to a dangerous practice: deep sea mining. This mining destroys hydrothermal ecosystems that take millions of years to form and are home to unique creatures. It is an irreversible impact on a world we don't even fully understand. We are destroying the library of life before we have even read the first book. The deep ocean is the planet's landfill. Microplastics, toxic waste, nuclear residues. We've found plastic bags in the Mariana Trench. The terror isn't just a monster. It's your own single-use plastic packaging, living forever. The irony is terrifying. Space is regulated, and the priority is survival. The deep ocean is being explored, polluted, and ignored due to global myopia. But what can we do about this vast and vulnerable mystery? The good news is that knowledge is our first line of defense. Before we conclude, let's reinforce why you should care about the blue depths of our planet. Space is the final frontier. The deep sea is the last unexplored universe right under our noses. It is more terrifying because its dangers are more immediate, massive, and biological. The pressure will crush you before the radiation hits you. The creatures are more grotesque and better adapted than any alien Hollywood could invent. The unknown is vaster, with 80% of the deep sea floor still unmapped. And the human factor is the most destructive threat of all. If you've made it this far, you are part of the small group that dares to look into the abyss. If this deep dive into terror made you think twice, hit the like button so YouTube understands that the fear of the ocean is a topic that deserves more exploration. Subscribe to Deep Blue Secrets and hit the bell to not miss our next expedition into the unknown. And now, the question that matters. What is the true terror of the deep sea for you? The anglerfish, the crushing pressure, or the bloop? Let me know in the comments below. That helps the channel grow. Until next time, and remember, what we don't know may be far scarier than what we've already discovered.